Yo, 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 what's up, Dogecoin Warriors? Here we go with some Q&A. What's up? I'm going to start things off with probably the best question, man. Dogecoin, Q&A time with Teddy Zane. Dogecoin, here we are. First one is, do I really think Dogecoin is going to hit 10 cents? And then he adds to that, are you on steroids or have you ever taken steroids? Oh, he's got to throw that in there. And then the kid goes, you don't have to be honest. Wow, I don't have to be honest about that one. So what's up? Let's answer that. Do I think Dogecoin will ever hit 10 cents? That's a foolish question. I got over 1 million Dojis, man. Yeah, of course I think it's going to hit 10 cents and higher, or I wouldn't still have over 1 million Doji. And that's a lot of people feel that way. A lot of people have more than I got. I'm still holding 1,150,000 Doge in hopes that she hits $1. Holy cow, am I going to be loaded? All right, so yes, the answer is yes. Dogecoin, 10 cents, absolutely. Next 2 weeks probably. So I hope y'all are loading up. Have I ever taken steroids? And I don't have to answer that honestly, he says. Yeah, look, man, I've been training for over 30 years, all right? 30 years, man, I've been in the gym. Some of you guys ain't even been around 30 years, all right? So I'd be foolish to say it was all prayers and vitamins. We're doing it hoagie style, brother. No. Yeah, I've taken steroids. As a matter of fact, if you Google anabolics, some information will come up that says there's lethal dosages that you take. Yeah, the internet's full of this stuff, man. Let it be known, I've done those dosages and I've not died. And I have trained with a lot of bodybuilders that have done those dosages and have not died. Just a lot of crap on the internet, a lot of misinformation on the internet. So as long as you do it right, you do it under first start with a doctor's supervision, and then you learn so much about it that you become the doctor. You become your own doctor. And that's where I was in life. I was getting the stuff through the gym, not getting it through a doctor. But then as you get older, my age now, look, once you're in your 30s, you can go to a doctor and get testosterone. It's called testosterone replacement therapy, TRT. And that's where I'm at in life right now. I am on TRT. Testosterone replacement therapy, and I'll be on for the rest of my life. I have no reason not to. I have a prescription for it. My natural levels are low. I need an advantage in life. I don't want to be normal. I don't want to be average. Come on, who wants to be average? So yes, I am on. If you think about it, a lot of people don't understand this. A lot of people say, well, I'm on testosterone through my doctor, I'm not on steroids. Well, yeah, you are, because testosterone, no matter if you get it from some kid in the gym or you get it from your doctor, it's a steroid, testosterone. So that answers that question. Next question. This is a good one. Were you a Chippendale? And I watched in one of your videos, you said you passed up a WWE audition. Okay, so yes, for 15 years I was a Chippendale. 15 years, man. We're talking back in the 90s into the early 2000s, mid 2000s, I was a Chippendale. And I made a lot of money. I owned my own Chippendale show. Basically, the whole WWE thing was, it was all one and the same. It was all one and the same. For 15 years when I was traveling with the Chippendales, I would come back home. We traveled everywhere, just like the wrestlers traveled everywhere. We would bounce into them on the road. We'd bounce into them everywhere. But when I would come home, a lot of the times they'd be performing in Birmingham, and I would be training at a gym called AC Fitness. And they would be in the gym. And I got to where I was training with Eddie Guerrero, Chris Benoit. These guys are dead. I even trained with the real big dude, Undertaker. And every time I'd be in the gym, I'd be in my gimmick, my getup. I lived my life in my getup. Big earrings, necklaces. I had this black leather studded hat with gold studs. I was always in character. I lived my life, my character. I didn't see myself as everybody else. I needed to stand out. So these guys with the WWE, they'd come in and they'd be like, holy shit, he's already one of us. He's in character. And so I fit right in with them, and that's why I got to train with them, and I talked to them like I was one of them. But they would always say and drop lines like, dude, when are you gonna become one of us? You know, when are you gonna stop this pansy Chippendale stuff and, you know, cross over? But the thing was, I was making $3,000 to $5,000 a week with the Chippendales, owning my own show. And Eddie Guerrero, when I told him that, he was like, oh, you might as well stay because you ain't going to make nowhere near that starting out with the WWE. You're going to be a fall guy. You're going to be making, maybe if you're lucky, $200 to $300 a show. And I was like, oh, no, that's no money. And I'd probably get my butt whooped. You know, I'm not going to downgrade my life. But anyhow, I was living life to the fullest, and I didn't see a need for that. But anyhow, I'm in the gym one day, and I come back from a tour. I go to AC Fitness, and what's that guy? Jerry the King Lawler is at the gym now, training with a group of guys. And he's on an elliptical, and I'm across from him doing a hammer strength press, and he just keeps staring at me. And I had never met Jerry the King Lawler before. And he won't stop. I could tell he's interested in me because he just won't stop staring at me, man. Every time I look up, Jerry the King Lawler is staring at me. So finally, man, I get up, I go to the water fountain to get a drink, and he follows me over. He just gets off the elliptical, follows me over to the water fountain. And he goes, dude, he goes, your character right now, he goes, even though you're too short, which I was only 5'8", he goes, we're doing a meet in Georgia. He goes, I'm going to be there. We're scoping out new guys. He goes, you got to come because Goldberg's going to be there. And he goes, Goldberg's probably going to be interested in you. Now, when he said Goldberg, what he didn't know is that I partied in Atlanta a lot, and there's one place you will always see Goldberg at. Back in the 90s, early 2000s, if you partied in Atlanta, there was one spot you would always see Goldberg. And I was at that spot, and it was called the Cheetah. Many nights I did shots with Goldberg, and I talked to Goldberg. I'd be in the parking lot talking to Goldberg. And Goldberg was always straight up with me about wrestling. He's like, you're going to get your ass kicked. You're too small. You don't want to do it. They're gonna use you and abuse you, and they're gonna put you in a ring with 350-pound guys. You're gonna be on meds by the time you're 30, 35 years old. He goes, you're gonna be on so many meds that you're not even gonna be able to walk or think straight. So he always discouraged me from wrestling. So when Jerry the King Lawler brought that up in the gym that day, I didn't tell him. I just humored him, and I said, okay, man. He was like, it's in 10 days. He was like, he even gave me his personal number to call him to schedule it and make sure I was going to be there. I never called him. I never went. I didn't really care, man. Like, they were trying to get me to cross over at a time in my life that I was living life to the fullest already. I was making a ton of money. I wasn't getting hurt. In my mind, I was already a superstar. I didn't need that, get hurt and try to become a superstar thing. And in the meantime, you probably won't become a superstar, but we won't care about you once you're in a wheelchair. I didn't care about that, man. I didn't want that. So that's why I passed that up. Sorry if I dragged that on, but that story, it's a great part of my life. It happened at the height of my career with the Chippendales and all this opportunity that was opening up for me at the time. And that was just one of the doors that tried to open that I just didn't go through. Alrighty. All right, next question. What kind of guitars do I play? Okay, so if you see some of my older videos, yeah, I've been in a lot of bands and I build guitars. I've built guitars. So my guitar that you see in those videos is basically like a Frankenstein Ibanez that I have pulled the necks, bodies off of a 1988 left-handed Ibanez RG 550, 560, and basically I gut them. You'll see I've attached bullets, my own pickups. I've put all sorts of crazy badges and metal pieces and spikes. I do crazy stuff to my guitars. But those are all Ibanez RG 550s from 1988 Japan. All right, next question is the goofiest news that has come out with Dogecoin. What is the goofiest news that hasn't moved the needle, like I always say? I think the goofiest is, there's a lot of goofy news, man, but let's put it on the Slim Jim. I think that's the goofiest. That's why I haven't even talked about it. Slim Jim is on board, I guess, with Dogecoin, and they put out a photo of a Slim Jim character with the Doge's head on it. Okay? I believe that's what it is. It's got like the Slim Jim coming out of the head. Anyway, that's to me the goofiest news. That's why I haven't said anything about it. Next question. My favorite metal band. Holy cow, you know what's wild? My favorite metal band is playing on the radio right now. Caught in the Mosh. Anthrax, baby. Caught in the Mosh, Anthrax. This is wicked. Here's why. I got to audition for Anthrax back in the day. No, not Anthrax. I got to audition for the singer for Anthrax. The singer for Anthrax. He was in Syracuse, New York. He lived right up the road from me, and he had just gotten out of Anthrax. He was putting his own solo project together, and he actually came to my house and auditioned me for his solo album. And the crazy thing is, a good friend of mine ended up getting the project. I didn't get the project, but I did get to audition for him. And I was playing more Van Halen stuff at the time. So when he came to my house, man, and I just played for him, he was like, play for me. I played him all this Van Halen stuff. And he was like, dude, you sound a lot like Van Halen. He goes, but you don't sound a lot like what I play, you know, heavy. He's like, play something heavier. And I didn't really have anything heavier because I was all just 80s rock and shred kind of, not heavy metal like he was into. So Joey Belladonna, that is his name. The record was Belladonna, and a good friend of mine ended up getting the gig and doing the album. Awesome, another awesome point in my life. So Anthrax, without a doubt. Anthrax, Megadeth. I like the really older stuff. The newer stuff, I love Hatebreed and, you know, more aggressive metal. Yes, there's no doubt about that, but I'm old school, baby. So when it comes to old school metal, Anthrax, Megadeth. Last question is, what made me open a gym? That's a boring question, but bodybuilding. I've been a bodybuilder my whole life. That's why I wanted to open a gym, okay? But I'm also a businessman, so it's not like I opened the gym purely off the passion of bodybuilding. I opened it because I'm a businessman and I wanted to make some money. And if you think about it, it's one building that you get to rent out to 4,000 people. Okay? Think about that for a minute, man. It's like you got a house that you rent out to one family. That's it. That's all you get is one family to rent that house out to. But a gym, you can rent that one building out to 4,000 or 5,000 people and collect rent from all those people every month. That's what a gym is. That's why I opened a gym. All right? All right, all you Doge warriors, stay tuned for 10 cents. Everybody denying the dime, stop hating on Doge, baby. Stop hating, because it's going to happen and you're going to miss the boat. I'm in it. I'm in it to win it. You should be too. All right, everybody, have a great day. Peace. Yeah.